Introducing the new Sportiva Cyklon, a performance trail shoe designed for medium to long distances and perfect for all types of off-road terrain. Personally, I'm really excited about the launch of this shoe because Sportiva have promised so much in terms of stability, protection and grip. Let's take a closer look at the specification of this shoe. Starting with the Boa Lacing System, the second collaboration with Boa following the VK Boa trail shoe last year. Basically, this system works on a click and spin basis. Pull the dial to release the pressure, put your fingers at the back of the gaitor and a finger in the loop to open up the construction and slide your foot easily and comfortably inside. To tighten the lacing system, push and spin, and this allows you to really make sure you have a personalised and comfortable fit. The other benefits of this system are that there are no excess laces or excess material to trip over or come loose when running. The gaitor design is also fantastic for protecting your feet, but also ensuring that no debris or mud enter the shoe when running. This sits high on the ankle. The other fantastic system that Boa have designed in collaboration with Sportiva is the dynamic cage. This is essentially a three-layered system that wraps around your foot to provide extreme stability and protection when moving at pace, and it stops the lateral movement, or certainly prevents the lateral movement in the shoe when running. How does this work? One section from the lateral side of the shoe on the upper wraps around your foot like this, in collaboration with the two other panels that wrap around your foot from the medial side like this, and collectively they stop this from happening during exercise. Two of the panels, one on the medial and one on the lateral side, are static, so basically they stop all that movement from taking place. One of the panels, and you can just see this through the top upper construction here, it's the red section here. This is elasticated, which means there is some movement and flexibility, and that's really important because during exercise your feet get hot and they expand, and when you stop and you cool down they contract. So there has to be some degree of flexibility to allow that to happen, and that's what the job of this particular panel is for. At the side of the shoe we have a series of windows that allow for ventilation and improve breathability. On the front of the shoe we have a large mesh panel that does the same job, so when your feet get hot that heat can escape from the front of the shoe and the sides. Around the outer and the inner of the shoe, all around that upper construction, we have TPU reinforced coating, which means that you have lots of protection against loose rocks, especially when you're running at pace, and if you're bumping against large or loose rocks, it's really going to help to protect your feet, and this is a really well protected and stable shoe. At the back of the shoe we have a heel stabilizer, which is sat on top of a double density EVA midsole, and this extends into the shoe, and you can see this red panel here is part of that stabilizer to about here. And the reason it doesn't extend across the full length of the midsole is because we also need this flexibility at the front, especially when you're running uphill, because your foot bends and twists, so there has to be that flexibility in the design. This stabilizer holds the feet in place at the back, and again prevents that lateral movement, but also gives you protection underfoot because it extends into that midsole. Moving on to the main part of the shoe for me, which is the grip. So what we have here is a FriXion white rubber compound that Sportiva has specifically designed to help tackle and cope with serious off-road terrain. The outsole has 7mm lugs which give really deep grip, and these lugs are multi-directional, which means they're going to grip into different types of surfaces, grass, mud, rock, and in the UK we have a multitude of surfaces and lots of different types of terrain, so it's essential that we have something that gives you enough purchase in all of those different types of terrains and also enough grip on all those different types of surfaces. Moving on to the other specifics of the shoe, so we have a 7mm drop. The weight of the shoe is 315 grams, and that's for an EU size 42. So what do I think of the last Sportiva Cyklon? Well, after testing, what I really like is the sock-like fit of the tongue. I love the fact you can put your fingers behind the shoe and in this loop here to get the shoe on and off really easily, but mostly I love the fit of this design, especially when you're running, because it really grips around your ankle and doesn't allow anything to enter into the sock or the shoe itself. I also really love the Boa Dial. This lacing system really allows for a personalised fit, which is perfect for me because I've got thin feet and I need this to wrap tightly around my feet to lock everything in place. But the key thing for me really is this dynamic cage. The fact that it locks your feet in place when you're running, it keeps your feet really stable, really well protected because you've got double layer of material, and also you've got a really strong and stabilising heel counter at the back, which feeds and links into the back of the shoe. So all those things combined really make this shoe a very well protected shoe, really stable, and the comfort is second to none. Also, the grip is fantastic, and the real test with this shoe is to see how well it translates to the UK terrain from what is essentially a shoe designed for a European market. The 7mm lugs grip on anything, so we've tested this on rock, on grass, on mud, and it really lives up to the bill. The things I'm maybe concerned are probably the weight. It is a slightly heavier shoe at 330 grams, but when I'm wearing the shoe it doesn't feel very heavy. It's something that I think I could wear for racing and training, but initially I saw this as just a training shoe, but definitely ticks both boxes in terms of racing and training. The other thing is perhaps the Boa Dial itself. I would be worried about catching this on a rock, maybe smashing this. Also, if this system fails, then it could pose a problem, but that's just ifs and buts. All in all, I think this is a fantastic all-round trail shoe, and it's now available to buy at SportsShoes.com.